In my recent video response to Thunderfoot, I had a few suggestions of what model of knowledge Thunderfoot could be referring to. Here I will be addressing faith. A large portion of what I am told about religious faith by skeptics can be summarized in this comment I received. If you want to believe in God, just do it by faith, like every other intellectual Christian or other type of theist. You believe in God not because he's logical conclusion, as obvious as the sun in the sky. Faith is belief without evidence. While this seems to be a popular explanation of religious faith, does this properly reflect what intellectual theists believe? I have in the past attacked the philosophical position of belief without reason, but regardless of my objections, maybe theologians still support this position. So let's take a look at the scholar's view of religious faith. Do theists believe we should believe in God without evidence? Well, Richard Dawkins seems to think that they do. In his article, Is Science a Religion?, published in The Humanist, made the following claim regarding faith. Religious faith not only lacks evidence, its independence from evidence is its pride and joy, shouted from the rooftops. However, Dawkins, being a scientist, makes a very poor source on religion. An actual professor of religion, Alistair McGrath, stated this in response to Dawkins' view in his book, The Dawkins Delusion. These core definitions of faith are hardwired into Dawkins' worldview, and are obsessively repeated throughout his writings. It is not the Christian definition of faith, but one that Dawkins has invented to suit his own polemical purposes. It immediately defines those who believe in God as people who have lost touch with reality, as those who are deluded. Michael Pohl stated in his article a critique of aspects of the philosophy and theology of Richard Dawkins, published in Science and Christian Belief. One class of arguments starts from the assumptions of faith as unevidenced belief, but such assumptions form no part of traditional Christian theology. Consequently, arguments based on these assumptions do not actually engage the intended target. They are directed against a straw version of Christianity, one which the Orthodox would not wish to defend. That all said, what then is the scholarly position on religious faith? Well, let's look at some scholarly sources. This from Oxford's Dictionary of the Bible. Faith, trust, especially in the reliability of God. A modern misunderstanding of faith is that it is an inferior kind of knowledge or an acceptance of an opinion or story which cannot be wholly proved. The biblical meaning of faith, the corresponding verb is to believe, is more in the nature of commitment, although it does also imply that there is a basis in fact which could, by virtue of conclusive historical evidence, render faith unsupportable. It seems to me that anyone who presents this explanation of faith, which seems to be considered pseudo-religion by the scholarly community, is only setting up a straw man of religion. That said, I can think of one view which I could show at a stretch to be similar to what skeptics seem to be pointing towards, and that is the idea that knowledge of God is a priori. However, stating that this is faith in the Dawkins sense is a horrible description of what philosophers of religion believe regarding a priori knowledge of God. Again, a straw man. So I hope this video cleared up some misconceptions on faith and religion. Thanks for watching.